Boom. Okay, ready?
2023 League of Legends roster for Team Liquid Honda, and that is going to start with none other than Core JJ. Core JJ has been with the organization for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, which is pretty crazy. This is gonna be going on 5 years. It's like, oh my God. Core is core to Team Liquid. He's been a rock for us. He speaks for himself. Like, how many MVPs does he have at this point, and how many accomplishments among World Championship? World Champion! He's been leaning into the Team Liquid organization. He's been a heart for our fans. And what's great is that Core JJ is so instrumental at teaching other players. He has really dialed into developing the North American ecosystem and also Team Liquid's. We've been doing something for a long time that most of the community does not know about. Going all the way back to like Team LoL Pro, Curse Academy, Team Liquid Academy. We've been supporting the rookie and amateur scene and collegiate scene for quite some time. However, we have not decided to promote many of our academy players to play in the LCS. But this year we decided that time is now. Jan is a member that was on our team from Team Liquid Academy last year. He's a high mechanic, 80 carry. He takes direction really well. Sitting down with him and chatting about his future, I was so inspired. He won't stop until he has a world championship, and that type of drive and passion is so infectious. It's that constant feeling of wanting to improve yourself and also the team. And when you have a great attitude, it works really well.
The budget is now. Hi,
Evie.
How are you?
Harry has shown some incredible promise. He's been a star player across all amateur players.
This is taking a little long, no?
And we've had incredible results within Proving Grounds led by Spawn. Okay. And we've seen Harry grow so much. He's an assertive player. He's a great communicator. He is a super hard worker. And I'm excited to have him as the starting mid laner for Team Liquid. And in addition to that, we are also bringing on Summit. Summit has such a track record of producing significant results and really being a carry player when...
Wait, what Steve just said is actually not true. What Steve just said is actually not true. So, like, obviously, yes, I agree that Summit is one of the best top laners, like, especially mechanically in the world, right? But what he actually just said is not true. Because Summit actually does not have... good results. He just doesn't. He doesn't actually have good results. Now, it has nothing to do with his gameplay, but what Steve just said is not true. So that's why, like, I don't know.
And you need that type of play in top lane. The dynamic champion pool that he brings to the table is pretty incredible. And speaking with him and what he wants, I think
he just said
Team Liquid
he just said champion pool, but Summit's main criticism was actually a lack of champion pool for like when he was on C9. But again, this doesn't have anything to do with anything because Summit is probably if Fudge does not like get back to his old level, then yes, then Summit is probably the best top laner in LCS. Even if I would think that like Fudge would probably be more comprehensively knowledgeable, I just think that Summit is like too good mechanically. But we'll see if teams can like
this
actually
team in particular
abuse him
and the environment that we have is going to be really structured for him to maybe have one of his best individual years ever.
That'd be good.
And finally, many of you have been speculating on Reddit. The last member of the Team Liquid roster for 2023 is going to be Pioshik. The previous
this seems really out of place.
From 2022, from about a month ago. I'm honored and pleased to announce that he'll be coming to the States and joining the roster. He's an incredible player. Obviously, you don't win a world championship unless you are. He's very likable. He really gets along with his teammates and knows how to have fun while he's competing.
That's true.
I think his aggression, his selection of champion pool, Riot, don't nerf Kindred, please, is going to be pretty cool. And
Piotrik's actually not known for aggression in a lot of his like past teams, so I don't know what's going on there. But I mean, it's totally fine. I'm really happy that Steve seems genuinely happy in this announcement video. But like Piotrik, like what he was actually known for, especially like when he was on DRX that 1 year with like Chovy and Deft and stuff, he would actually just farm and not do stuff, and then like he would end up with advantages because if you don't coin flip or you don't flip things, etc. But like it's just a little
I
bit
think
weird.
it's what this team needs. I mean, we gave a lot of thought to like roles and perspectives and carry potential and threats on the team and how the gelling is going to work with this specific
the roster does sound
and
fun.
I think this works out. We signed our head coach for next year, which is Marin. He obviously has an incredible amount of accomplishments as a competitive player, and this will be his foray into coaching. But I think his combination and knowledge of top lane, coupled with Summit and trying to unlock his total future potential, is going to work out really well. And that's the bet that we're going to be making. We've got all the infrastructure at Team Liquid that's going to be helping out for this entire team, from our Alienware training facility to our scrim rooms,
the Alienware
to
training
our
facility
sports
is amazing.
psychologist,
It really
to
does.
our head coach, and
looks
our
so good.
assistant coach, which I have not mentioned yet, Rainover.
Wow,
Many
Rainover's
of you
back.
may remember him. He's an infectious personality, and he's been working so much on the coaching side. Welcoming him back to this
Kesha!
roster,
Love the
I think is
music!
going to be incredible.
Love the music, Kesha.
I'm
Love the
excited
music.
that we are putting a new foot forward in the LCS, this kind of new era of Team Liquid. We actually started a boot camp, and it goes on for 3 weeks, and we're going to be prepping and preparing for next year. So all of the guys and the coaches are in South Korea, and they're about to kick off. We're going to be producing a lot of content,
Wow.
and hope you enjoy. I want to thank
Dude,
all
that-
the
that,
Team Liquid
like, house
fans
looks really nice. What
that
the hell?
have cheered for us
Wherever they are right
maybe
now,
for
that
the
house
first
looks super
time,
nice.
Or for many years. Thank you for
Oh
your
my
support.
God,
your
we got
love
another
for our
25
team,
gifted
our
subs.
organization, the people
Holy.
that put all of this together. I appreciate
Poke
you,
Panda.
and we're gonna have some fun next year. So let's go Liquid.
That's really cool. So basically, if you guys didn't see, I did a tier list ranking of a lot of like the LCS teams for next year. I do think that FlyQuest, I do think it's FlyQuest and C9 at the top. You know, that was like the top two. But maybe Team Liquid with like the cultural edge. So I do think this is going to be really rough for Harry and Yun. I know that because they're both not, unless like I'm wrong on this, they're both not traditional Koreans. And what I mean by that is that they did not grow up in Korea with Korean culture, but the very core of this team is going to be very Korean culture. I do think that there is actually a mismatch of personalities on the team, which is something that does stand out, because I do think that like stacking the deck is really important. And this effectively is somewhat like an LCK team. This would be like, I mean, this literally like 3 of these pieces could be LCK, and then Harry and Yun, it would be like if an LCK team was using challenger players, like challenger league players in Korea. So secondary league Korea, right? So I think in that regard, it's good. I liked Steve's enthusiasm with doing the video overall, even if like I thought some of the choice of words that he used was a little bit weird. I think that's fine. Overall, though, I mean, I think that this probably is like I mean, I think it's fine. I think the Piotrek thing, again, I said it earlier, that I think Umti would probably actually be better than Piotrek, and Umti was the main rumor. But I mean, what can you do about it, right? What can you actually do?